Frankie, walking through your race today, a lot of position changes to close the last with fuel in the long run towards the end.
I mean, I really wish we were in the race, but, you know, right at the end of the last stage, my power steering line burst. So I lost power steering. I started the second stage with no power steering, like ripped a hole in my hand. Probably the hardest thing I've ever done, but then we just finally came down, had to change the line. I think we went down like 17 or 18 laps. So like, it's really hard to like be out there and like want to be do competitive lap times when you're already kind of out of the race. You're kind of racing by yourself. So just trying to stay out of the way. You know, it's a shame because like this truck was actually, I think, really good, really fast. You know, when I would let the leaders by, like if I wanted to stay with them, I could. It just trying to stay out of everyone's way, especially after last week. I don't need anyone else talking shit about me about being, you know, a moving chicane. So just trying to do that. We got a 23rd finish out of it. You know, these are one of the ones where you go like, man, what if we didn't have that? We probably would, you know, could have been probably maybe a top 15, but either way, like I'm still learning. I'm getting more comfortable. I'm getting more comfortable even letting the leaders by, right? It's a learned art, but I don't know. I do want to say this. Like, I really love my team. They're working really, really, really hard, and I'm just oddly cursed or something. You know, I've had bad luck almost for 2 years straight, but maybe that means the second half of our season is going to be awesome.
Hopefully. How's the new pavement run here?
What was that?
How is the new pavement?
It's I mean, this place is fast. I mean, it's really fun. The second groove came in a little bit, you know, which I don't know how the race was like as a viewer, but like it seemed fun as like to drive. To race it was fun, and even though I was so many laps down, you know, after the issue, that it's hard, you know, hard to like be like, oh, this is fun. I'm having fun when you're just not racing for position, you know. But I want to thank, you know, Ford obviously and Morecore and just my team because they're sticking with me, and I hope the fans do too. You know what I mean? I hope they don't turn on me and they see what's actually happening out there. But either way.
What set you back? What put you so many laps behind?
Oh, we had right with like 2 to go in the first stage. We had a power steering line burst. I just lost all power steering, like ripped a hole in my hand, just trying to hold on to it. But then we started the second stage with it like that, and that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. You know, so we came down, we lost like 16, 17 laps under green trying to fix the line. You know, I thank my guys for fixing it, but you know, at that point we're kind of just running by ourselves. But I think the truck was really good. You know, I really think if we didn't have that issue, we could have been in the top 15. And I just honestly, you know, when you're 18 laps down and I hear 5 back, I literally am like, especially after last week, I don't need anyone else talking shit about me, so just let them go. Like, I'm not in the race. But when I would run laps, like if I would try, we were just as quick as the fast guys. So, you know, I think that's a testament to us as a team. You know, I need to get better at qualifying. Still the single lap, like putting a lap together. Still something I'm working on, but I think even though this wasn't like a super positive day, I still felt like I learned, you know what I mean? And that's all I can keep doing. You know, our luck will switch to where we'll get lucky, you know, I was not that I want anyone to crash, but I'm like, let a bunch of people fall out. Like, let this day at least become good. And, you know, at least we gained a few spots with some people, I reckon, but you know, we haven't had that this year. We haven't had any of like the lucky races. You know what I mean?
As the attrition is starting to play out, I mean, you ended up at the top 25 on a day like today. It's pretty good. That's almost like a
No. I mean, our goal is always top 20, right? If we're in the top 20, I think that would feel like a win for us, right? And I know we could have been there. You know what I mean? If we didn't have the issue, but out of our control. I don't know if a rock hit it or something. Like something hit it. You know, literally burst it, burst the line. You know, I hate to have to, like, I'm trying to think what I'm going to tweet. Like, because how many times can I say, wow, I got bad luck. Wow, I got bad luck. My wife doesn't believe me anymore. She's like, you know, I love my wife and she's super supportive, but she's like, maybe it's you. Like, maybe you're just not good. I'm like, I can't help that. You know what I mean? So I hope people see that. You know, I mean, people are going to say what they do, but, you know, we're trying really hard. And, you know, I feel like I can leave here on a little bit of a more positive than obviously last week, but it's still like that what woulda, coulda, shoulda, or what could have happened sucks to think about. But, you know, because minus Daytona, you know, because Atlanta we were running good. I could have had a top 10 there. We got wrecked with like 20 to go. But other than that, like, we're just shit out of our hands that we're like you know, I don't know. It'll turn.
Now, when you first became a NASCAR fan, Rockingham was on the actual schedule. How cool is it for you?
I actually came here in probably 1995. Sat right there and watched the race. I think that's where I became a big David Green fan. He had the Slim Jim car, and I was like, that's my thing. I need Slim Jim to sponsor me just so I can recreate that. That's the only reason I wanted to be a NASCAR driver. But they're not writing my DMs back.
Well, maybe they will. Maybe they will.
All right, guys.